crypto analysts are divided over whether Bitcoin is entering a bear market setup in May 2026, a pattern that has occurred in the last two midterm election years. In May 2018, Bitcoin dropped from nearly $10,000 to about $7,000 by the end of the month. 2 years later, in May 2022, Bitcoin fell nearly 30% from about $40,000 to $28,500 before dropping further in June to $20,000. With 2026 also being a midterm election year and a bear market year, concerns are rising that history could repeat itself. Merlijn Enkelaar, a crypto analyst, has warned that the pattern is consistent. Bitcoin tends to decline sharply during midterm election years. He suggests that despite positive developments like the Clarity Act and potential trade deals between the US and China, Bitcoin could still fall to $33,000. Enkelaar sees this as a potential capitulation phase, where Bitcoin prices could collapse regardless of macroeconomic conditions. Joel Wedson, CEO of Alfractal, also warned that if Bitcoin remains under $78,000, it could signal a new capitulation phase. At the time of writing, Bitcoin was trading around $76,900, down 5.6% over the past 7 days. This has raised concerns among traders about whether the market is preparing for another significant downturn. However, not all analysts are convinced. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. That the calendar alone is responsible for these declines. Jeff Koh, chief analyst at CoinEx, argues that while midterm election years have coincided with major Bitcoin bear markets, the real drivers behind those crashes were concrete macroeconomic events. He cited examples such as the aftermath of the Gox collapse, China's ICO crackdown, the Federal Reserve tightening, and the Terra and FTX collapses. According to Koh, it was these events, not the calendar, that caused the sharp price drops. The debate highlights a key uncertainty in the market, whether Bitcoin is simply following a historical pattern or if new macroeconomic forces are at play. Enkelaar and Wedson suggest that the midterm election cycle is a strong indicator of market behavior, but Koh and others argue that the real story lies in the underlying economic and regulatory forces shaping the market. Bitcoin's price movement, in May 2026, is being closely watched for signs of a capitulation phase. If Bitcoin continues to trade below $78,000, it could signal a deeper bear market. On the other hand, if it breaks above that level and holds, it could indicate that the market is stabilizing and that the historical pattern may not repeat itself. The Clarity Act and other regulatory developments could also play a role in shaping Bitcoin's trajectory. While Enkelaar and others believe these developments may not be enough to prevent a sell-off, others argue that they could provide a floor for Bitcoin's price. The outcome will depend on how these factors interact with broader market sentiment and macroeconomic conditions. The next signal to watch is whether Bitcoin can hold above $78,000. If it fails to do so, it could trigger a new wave of selling pressure, especially as midterm election year dynamics intensify. Traders and investors are closely monitoring this price level for signs of strength or weakness. At the same time, macroeconomic developments such as interest rate decisions. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Geopolitical tensions and regulatory actions will continue to shape Bitcoin's price movement. The market is in a state of uncertainty, with analysts offering conflicting views on whether Bitcoin is entering a bear market setup or simply following a historical pattern. The debate among analysts reflects the broader uncertainty in the crypto market. While some believe that Bitcoin is on the cusp of a major sell-off, others argue that the market is still in a period of consolidation and that the true drivers of price movement are still emerging. The coming weeks will be crucial in determining whether Bitcoin follows the historical pattern or breaks from it.